Good morning. It's a rather beautiful morning, if extremely windy this morning. So if you need a recap, in week one of my Fat to Fit La Vuelta Challenge 2024, the idea was to lose as much weight as I possibly can in 3 weeks and don't spare the horses. Week one went fantastically well, overly well. I went like a bull at a gate, and I lost 6.5 kilos in the first 9 days, because the Vuelta week is 9 days long in its first week, and I was very buoyed by that, not surprisingly. Unfortunately, in week two, things went slightly awry. Bit of a backlash about the loss, the size of the loss. I suspect my body decided I was starving it, and so it kept hold of some food. And then I had a fantastic barbecue at the neighbours and got very drunk, and anyway, I ended up putting on 1.5 kilos in week two. Not really to plan. It's actually the rest day, if you like, of the third week that I've decided, because I've sort of let the side down a bit, putting on some weight in last week's week two of the challenge. I'm just gonna ride a bit more and see if I can just do a bit better this week. It's going to be an odd week because these winds are a precursor to storms that are incoming, and maybe it's going to rain. I really want it to rain. It might mean that we can't get out on the bike, but I've got my other methods of exercise, so we'll do those instead. And that's another reason for getting out on the bike today, so I might not get a chance later in the week. So excited about rain. It's been so long. They are suggesting it could be 70 millimeters of rain, just under 3 inches of rain. So needed here. Anyway, this week the plan is to get out when I can. There's going to be a few interesting things on. I've got a lovely one planned. You've probably already seen this one. I've got a really nice little ride planned for later in the week when things improve a little. What else? Oh, fiesta. Going to a fiesta on Wednesday, so that'll be interesting. I'll show you a bit, but until then, let's crack on with a bit of exercise. Did you see them? That was nice. Haven't seen them for a couple of weeks. 2 young ladies, I think. Wow, it's windy. Don't know if the camera comes on quickly enough for that. That was 2 more ibex. Lovely. Another little snippet of non-news. I seem to have been dropped by Altura. I tried to get in touch with them, basically to say can I have some more kit, and they've not even replied. It's been about a month. I mean, I did have a good working relationship with them. Sadly, most of the people I used to talk to have left, pastures new, moving onwards and upwards. And they've also dropped their marketing company, who also became quite good friends with. And nothing now. It's not a good sign, is it? When, you know, I was still in some of their marketing blurb. They still leave that on their website. But to not even reply, I think it's pretty poor. Just to say, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
I don't know what day we're on to now. Is it day 18? I think it's day 18. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's fiesta day. Now it's been a slight change of plan. I was going to drive, because Mrs. Yakko was going to go as well. Mrs. Yakko's got a horrible summer cold and she doesn't want to pass it on. And I don't seem to have caught it. So I'm going to cycle over, which is, well, it might be a bit tough, to be honest, because it's about midday. And when I'll be coming back, it's going to be, I don't know, 6ish, when it'll be absolutely steaming hot and into a huge headwind. But at least it means I've got a tailwind now. So, fiesta bound, let's go. It's a beautifully swollen River Ebro. So it's obviously rained just about everywhere. We've had 2 beautiful days, well, mostly mornings of rain. 80 millimeters, I think it was. But the fiesta is in the town, in the village where we used to live. Didn't used to live in the village either. So the fiesta is in the village nearest to where we used to live. And we used to go to this fiesta every year. And since we left, which is 10 years ago, we've still probably done most of them. It's just a really nice, gentle affair. It also pretty much marks the end of the summer holidays for most of the locals. So there were, of course, 2 ways of getting to Benifallet, which is the village where we're going. There was the easy way, and then there was this way up the mountains. I thought, well, it is a challenge. It's a challenge 3 weeks, so I can't go the easy way. Nearly at the top. And then this is the top, sort of. Got to go back up again for a big descent down to the river again. Just in front of us now is the descent that Richard Carapaz has the KOM on. I'm not going to go for it today. Got other fish to fry. I want to arrive there in one piece. So we used to live about 5 kilometers up in there, and the village is just behind those trees. This bridge was only built in, I think, 97, and before that Benifallet was almost completely cut off. It's a long way from the big city of Tortosa downstream, and the next bridge upstream would have been Mora Debra, so 20-25 kilometers upstream. Anyway, I'm going to try and have a little cool down before I meet my mates. Well, I seem to be here rather too early. I was told 1, I'm here at 1. It obviously doesn't start for another hour. God. It's very early to be dancing. They haven't brought the wine out yet. But this is the Jota. This is the one where they look like a J. It's more like a T. You should call it the Tay. Well, people have arrived, finally, but not everyone, still quite sparse. Now, this used to be a huge fiesta, maybe 600 people, but it will get full. It's not full yet. This is the queue for the Fidua. So everyone queues up, all nice and organised. And there's this vast pot. So it is just like paella. It's seafood, it's got prawns and mussels and all sorts of fishy stuff in it. But it's like noodles, really. Fidua. And you get a plate, and you get garlic mayonnaise, alioli, and you get bread, and you get an absolutely revolting pastry for dessert called a pastistet. And it's filled with squash jam. Absolutely revolting, but you get one anyway, and you give it to someone else. Some weirdo actually likes it. Anyway, here we are. It's filling up now. This is very well organised, very calm compared to how we normally have these, because they used to be quite raucous affairs. People getting absolutely smashed, and then there'd be tugs of war, there'd be competitions, all sorts of stuff. And now it's much more a very polite. Here's our friends. I'll only put it in if you agree. I can cut it. Very polite dinner now. You've got naked arms. Now, I've already finished my Fidua, so I'll show you what it looks like on Steve's plate.
Con sabor,
Because he's talking and not eating.
No muy sec. Y esto es esto vino. Como los
So all I need to do now is get home. It's 25 kilometers. There's some horrible hills, to be honest, really horrible hills, but it's worth it because that was a lovely time. Day 20, things are moving on apace. I feel pretty good this week. I'm decidedly eating more than I did in week 1. So I'm having 2 really good sized meals a day. I'm still doing intermittent fasting, so I don't eat before 10 and I don't in the morning, and I don't eat after 6 in the evening, which can be quite difficult for a lot of people, but it does work. That's the thing. It does actually work. And the nice thing about intermittent fasting is that it's sort of doing the hard work for you, so you feel full and your body is just converting from using glucose to the fat deposits in your body, which is exactly what you want. You don't want to lose your muscle mass, you want to lose the fat. But I have noticed it really is coming off around my middle, which is obviously very good news. Anyway, today we're actually out doing a comparison on a bike computer I was sent. So I just thought I'd just have a quick chat, say hello, and yeah, just sort of do a quick catch up on what's going on. We're exploring Lower Aragon. There's not a lot here, but I'm hoping we'll end up at the capital of Lower Aragon, Alcañiz. Oh, it's roasting already. They've put a sword into the rock as a nod to Arthurian legend. And whoever can pull that out will become the king of Aragon. This is the Torre Palos. The Palos family owned this. And we're going up this little back street just for this building in front of us. And its balconies. Wow. I thought they were just the ones on the front. In the park. Oh, this one's got steps. Typical. Oh no, it hasn't, it's a ramp. Groovy. Oh, that one smells of wee. The beautiful waterfall. Perhaps you can hear it. This is becoming more unsettling. So this is going to be the last ride of the Fat to Fit challenge. I'm looking forward to finding out how I've got on, and kind of not looking forward to it at the same time. Well, I would say that was a smidge under 115, so we'll call it 115. So that's 7 kilos lost in this challenge. And I've got to say I'm pretty pleased with that. Anyway, what have we learnt from this challenge? Well, there's some good things and some bad things. The good things are that regular exercise, it really makes you feel good. And because it's a challenge, I felt I've had to do it. Oh, sorry. I've just been hit by that. Bloody lovely. The other thing, exercising before eating is just such a good way of nicking some calories. It does feel like you're stealing a march on losing weight. So intermittent fasting is a great, obvious, easy thing to do because you don't have to plan anything. So I've been doing calorie counting. That's boring. It's really boring. It works, absolutely works. But do you really want to be noting down everything that you're eating? It works, it's really good. However, it's boring. So I don't want to do that. What else have I been doing? Oh, the heavy on the protein. It works, but you get cravings. I don't think that's a good idea, really. I think anything that you do has to be long term. I mean, this challenge has really shown it. I lost so much weight in that first week. Ridiculous amount of weight in a week. And so my body decided to shut down. It just decided, look, you're starving yourself. Anything you give me, I'm going to hang on to. I put on weight. Back on it this week on the usual plan, but with more calories. And I've lost an extra 2 kilos. So I'm, again, a bit down overall, which is great. So overall, I've lost 7 kilos in these 3 weeks, which is fantastic. But the thing I'm going to carry on with is the intermittent fasting, because it's something for nothing. It's incredibly easy. I'm going to try and go as long as I can in the morning without breakfast. So I'll be doing my jobs, I'll be walking Alfie, I'll be doing my rides, and I'll carry on doing that. It's something I love doing. Being out at this time of day is fantastic, even though it's absolutely bitter this morning. And I'm in the wrong clothes. I've just met a couple out on a walk. Hat, coats, gloves. They looked at me and said, "You're crazy." No, I'm just ill prepared. So I've been having breakfast probably near at 11 every day, and then you're too full for the rest of the day. You've eaten, so you don't really feel like having too much else. So you know you're not allowed to eat after 6, so you're actually forcing yourself to have something to eat at 6, which is really good because you don't want too much. So by the time, so it means that your breakfast could actually be quite sizable. You could probably go full English. You probably could go full English every day if you wanted. You have to get some veggies in somewhere, otherwise you'll probably die of malnutrition or something bad. But anyway, I'm wittering. I think that's the one to do. That's the one I'm going to carry on with, and we'll see, won't we? Because you'll be seeing me every week do my rides, and you'll be able to tell whether I'm carrying on losing weight, albeit very slowly. I'm going to aim for 1 or 2 pounds a week until my next challenge, when it might speed up again, because I've got another challenge. But thanks for sticking with this series. It hasn't been very popular. Oh dear, I've just been getting the channel up to some decent viewing figures, and then I did this and they've plummeted. Oh well, no one wants to see me getting skinny. I think they like the fat yakko. On that note, until the next one, thanks for watching.